Memo biara kwaba eba PENDREAM TV. Say we are new to the channel. The best also be subscribe to channel no. Wa like video no wa share ama afofron so ensa akabi. Ghana for enya GDA ewo President Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo anase then candidate Akufo-Addo eto aba emano. Eyi former President John Dramani Mahama esi nchen. Na Ghana for eto aba ema President Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo ema na betina Ghana akunya kese so no. Ocha say he is in hurry to fix the problems of Ghana. He is in hurry to solve enema former President John Dramani Mahama anye ni ye. Eno ema Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo ehye na appointment ase. Eno na Johnnie Hughes say appointees bia Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo appointed ema omoda some key institutions in Ghana no. They see nothing than they see NPP party. Na they are not in for the betterment of Ghana. Na enema bia omo ye bia no for the betterment, and I say it goes in favor of the political party. Na Johnnie Hughes ensembi atujwa, and I say wato ensembi amane NPP Owusu Bempa. Ya wacha say nye former President John Dramani Mahama ne nyuma ya obiebie ewo Ghana ha. Ebiti se Ghana gas ne enyuma hodo aka. Anka NPP Owusu Bempa enya ejuma enye. Na se ene NPP aba abamu. Na se Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo aman appointment. Anase NPP aman appointment ha. Ade inti na onye ejuma Ghana for ede achenensa. Nemum, he is rather attacking former President John Dramani Mahama. Johnnie Hughes say NPP Owusu Bempa emma na ninko na juma ho. Na onjai the burden of NPP. Na onye ejuma Ghana for ede ashenensa. In some way ne ensema hudo bi na Johnnie Hughes ede atujwa. Mepesa obekame ho na yakotie sene Johnnie Hughes eka nensem. Sunday o voice note efa number ya eda o screen so no ye be publish no ewo PENDREAM FM ama amansan ate wonka. Eho no yeje wadwenkyere efa ensema ekoso ewo Omai Ghana. And don't forget say be subscribe to PENDREAM FM. Kame ho na yentie sene Johnnie Hughes eka nensem.
Whenever I say ma PENDREAM TV there, I say them yopo.
Here in Ghana, we have found lithium and we have gifted it. We have found lithium, which is going to be the bedrock of everything electronic, and we have gifted it. Electronic cars are coming. We have gifted it for 15 years. Same thing we did with our gold. Same thing we did with our oil. Same thing we have done with other natural resources. We have just picked it and literally gifted it. We're getting chicken change from it. And we say it is the best deal that we could ever get. And the question I always ask is, what would Nkrumah have done if Nkrumah had been the one who had discovered lithium in this country? What would he have done with the lithium? Because the things that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah put together are the very things that we are benefiting from. We have not been able to add on much. And sometimes when you talk about these facts, all right, you talk about the facts. You have sometimes people, senior citizens, people have gone past 50, 60, some inches 70, because they see everything from a political point of view. They come attacking you and they write diatribes and a whole lot on social media, maybe 10, 12, 15 paragraphs. Some of them are presidential staffers who earn about 15, 18, 20,000 every month of our tax money, and they write that tosh on social media. Now, the simple thing I always ask is that I started hosting TV3 New Day in 2017. Just the same time the government got into power. And when I got onto TV3 New Day, I will say this again, we were number 4 on the chart. I remember the mandate that was given, that go and make sure that we are at number 1. In less than 6 months, we had jumped from number 4 to number 1. TV3 New Day has remained at number 1. That is my scorecard. That is my scorecard. Until I left, it was at number 1. That's my scorecard. Number 2, TV3 New Day declared profits, not losses. And TV3 New Day attracted a lot more advertisers. And TV3 New Day, while I was on it, won 3 GJA awards at Morning Show of the Year. That's my scorecard. So when they put you in charge of state enterprises and they give you government money, and the state enterprises you are supposed to be supervising are declaring losses of up to 5.3 billion cedis in 2020 alone. Let's forget about 2019, 2017, 2018, 2021. And you still have the effrontery, no shame, to come and talk to somebody who has actually shown a scorecard of delivering excellently on the mandate that was giving. Then there's a problem with you. Because the small job that they gave to you, with the taxes and with all the perks of office that they gave to you, you failed to even deliver on that simple small mandate. As a state, managing state enterprise, you failed though. You failed to manage it. You declared losses. Then when you finish, you come and write plenty English, and you want my attention, you want me to take you serious. You are a joker. Anybody who is not able to deliver on the mandate that has been given does not deserve my attention in any way. And the painful part is where they are presidential staffers. So you can understand how the state-owned enterprises and why the state-owned enterprises are declaring losses, because instead of focusing on the presidential staff work, they are busy on social media insulting people, they are busy attacking people, they are busy chasing people, they are busy endorsing that radio stations and TV stations should be intruded, they are busy condoning a lot of nonsense. So they have left their original job as presidential staffers with designated roles. And they are actually chasing people who are speaking truth to power, people who are speaking up. It's a very serious matter. It's just like me being given the role as morning show host on 3FM Sunrise, and then I come to work, and instead of being here to moderate the show and to actually do Johnny's Bites and everything else, I leave it and I'm with the security guys at the gate, and I'm asking which car should come in and which car should not come into the premises. I don't get it. Is that what I'm paid for? No. So because you are all failing the president. The president who said he was in a hurry, he actually put people there who are not in a hurry at all, who don't see anything, they only see party. Then you have another one who is a deputy communications director for the party. He speaks more for the party than he speaks for Ghana Gas, where he's supposed to be earning his daily bread and salary from. If you ask today what he is properly known for in this country, you will know that he is known more for NPP communications than he's known for his role at Ghana Gas, which was built by the same person he's vilifying. If it had not been that man, he would not have had a job to do. So the agenda 1, agenda 2 is too much. Today, call President Akufo-Addo, give him a speech, and ask him to mention the word corruption. He cannot mention the word corruption. He cannot mention the word corruption. Meanwhile, before he got into power, he was the incorruptible Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Incorruptible Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. You just read what the OSP said about Charles Eduboahin. You just read what the party people are saying about Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng. You just read the AG's opinion, legal opinion on the work that Kwabena Frimpong Boateng had done. And you've been listening to some of the party people now saying that it was a mistake for the good old prof to have been appointed and to have been asked to chair the interministerial committee on illegal mining. Corruption will always find a way to fight back, I tell you. Corruption. I say call the president. Give him a speech, incorruptible Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and ask him to talk about corruption. He cannot. Because the corruption is all around him. Dr. Attacks said Martin Amidu made no mistake when he said Nana Addo is the mother serpent of all corruption. He made no mistake. It's there. And I'm talking about state-owned enterprises. Show me the National Theatre video. National Theatre is a state-owned enterprise. The president has put one of his retiree friends at the National Theatre, right? And for the past 12 years, the National Theatre has declared losses. Dr. Mensah Otabil said the National Theatre is malnourished. This is the VIP area of the National Theatre. The National Theatre smells, it stinks. A jefu, a bong. The National Theatre, it smells, it stinks, a bong. The air conditioners are a total mess. Should I take you to the washroom? But they charge monies for the National Theatre. Show me the other video. Where, so look at it. They put a chair. That's a VIP area. National Theatre of Ghana. This was even a donation from the Japanese government to us. Donation. Akekewo or the chain. And they put you in charge of state-owned enterprises. This is your scorecard. You should even be ashamed. You should not be coming. Look at it. Look at the chest. Look at it. You should not even have the effrontery and if there's any shred of dignity left in you, you should not come out as you are managing state-owned enterprises who are declaring losses. They are giving us this baller. And you have still the guts to write. You think that writing English is what makes you intelligent, or insulting people is what makes you intelligent. It doesn't make you smart. What would actually make people know that you are smart is when you focus on the job that has been given to you and you deliver. So you met National Theatre in a certain state. Then you went there as state-owned enterprise manager. And then you turn the situation around. That is how people respect you. Look at what is happening at Gihok. Today, when I finish talking about Gihok, they are now using the premium bottles that are supposed to be for export to do local production. After I showed it on TV, that it had been left to the vagaries of the weather. That is your job. No, sorry, I'm on Facebook now. Kasa penyin toto, kasa rough. It's not good. So what are you teaching the younger generation to learn? I will not insult you. I will tell you that you have failed. You are a failure. And if the president is minded, he would have sacked all of you, but he won't sack you because he loves party loyalty more than he loves the country. That was National Theatre. 12 years of failure. They're keeping a retiree there. I grew up at the National Theatre. I grew up at Folks Place. And sometimes when Folks Place was too busy because they had the show there, they took us to the exhibition room at the top. I grew up National Theatre, Fun World, Kidafest. That was where my umbilical cord for the arts was cut, National Theatre. So when I speak about the National Theatre, I have a certain passion. Go to National Theatre and speak to the workers. They are disgruntled. They are not happy. Look at, I just showed you a video how National Theatre looks like. It looks very dirty. It stinks. A bong, you saw the chairs, dirty. And I took this video 2 weeks before I went to South Africa. 2 weeks. The National Theatre, a bong is smelling, it stinks. They are declaring losses. The workers are not happy. It is a state-owned enterprise. So now if you have been given a state-owned enterprise tomorrow, and this is your scorecard, how do you come to me who is declaring profit, who is going up the ratings, who is staying at the top? How do you come and even compare yourself to me? How do you do that? You are an embarrassment. If you do that, it means that you have no shame. Another point is when I got in here, show me the tweet from the president. When he was in opposition, 2012, 30th October. Today is 31st. I decided I wanted to show it yesterday, but I couldn't. 9:53. He says, Mr. President, if the lights go out and come back on, isn't that doomso? Hashtag Mahama must go. Hashtag IEA debate. Hashtag vote Nana 2012. Well, he didn't get the nod in 2012. But this was what he said. The lights are going off. In South Africa, they are also rationing power. But guess what? They have been honest enough to publish a list because in South Africa, they did not politicize power outages. In this country, we politicized power outages. It was a major campaign weapon. Today, the same situation is staring us in the face. Gridco said there was a shortage of gas supply. In the past, a cleric said that the doomsaw was a wisdom problem. When they say something is a wisdom problem, it's that the people managing it, they don't have the sense. They don't have the wisdom to manage it. In the past, a cleric, respected cleric in this country, you know. So now, Mr. President, I ask you your own question. If the lights go out and come back on, is it not doomsaw? I'm asking you your own question. I'm just flipping it and asking you, putting you there. You are the president now. So let's read it together. Show the tweet. Mr. President, if the lights go out and come back on, is it doomsaw? Or is it not doomsaw? I'm asking you, Mr. President. Because you'll be there and the lights will go off. No prior notice. The lights will just go off. Does that not affect industries? Does that not affect private businesses? Does that not affect the livelihood of the people? Does that not affect the comfort and luxury of the people? Because you promised change. So is this the change? Is this the change? And I will continue asking you these questions because when you were asking these questions, we joined you to ask the previous government these questions. So why are you so agitated when we are also asking you the same questions you asked of someone? Because you put that person to a certain strict proof, a certain standard of proof, a certain standard of leadership and quality. Now we are asking you the same question. When we ask you the question, you are angry. Why? Can you not stick with the principle, the standard? Can you not stick with it? Let me leave government. Bring the desk video for me. Now, this is to our friends at Okankwe GES. These desks have been there for about 3 or 4 weeks. This is at Kaneshi Anglican, Bishop 1 and 2, Kaneshi Primary School. And this particular school has gained the pension for doing this, because I remember 2 years ago, I saw some desks that were there, and I had to shoot this, showing you the sun and the clouds that soon gathered, and then how the chairs had been left. You cry, Johnny, we don't have chairs, so tell government to bring us chairs, so the children don't have anything to learn with. So Johnny Hughes will bring his big mouth, come and talk about it. When they bring the chairs to you, then you leave it in the sun and the rain. Government will provide the chairs for you. Then you leave it in the sun and the rain. You are also part of the problem. I remember that I asked the priest, when these chairs were brought, he said somebody came to call him from the vicarage and told him that they had brought chairs, that he had to come and account for it. Then suddenly one of the headmasters came, and that was it. It's been there. I saw the decks myself 2 weeks before I went to South Africa. I've been to South Africa for a week and back. The chairs are still there. I took this video as yesterday. Yesterday, I took this video myself. Yesterday. This morning, I'm sure the chairs will still be there. So you are also part of the problem. You will complain, give us chairs. You complain, give us facility. They will use our tax monies to buy the things for you. And I will applaud government for providing these desks. Belatedly though, but for providing them, I will applaud government. Now the headmasters, the circuit supervisors, the headmistresses, the teachers, what is your job? Passing by these desks every day to go into the classroom. Can't you at least mobilize the students to carry their own desks to the top? Can't you? Can you not? Is this so hard to ask? Can you not?
Now, some months ago, and I said some weeks ago, Adwa Safo Ebehu Abeg HSA Opa, President Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo Achel Opa, Vice President and so Achel. Afin so no NPP amanya kuno dome kwabenya na afin so no Ghana fo nyina ochese opa omochew na anche biara na akwato party ono ankasa S7 the constituent with yogurt na Sarah Adjoa Safo eto party ni ewie no anche biara na video bi ebeto dwa ewo social media se dome kwabenya market women Adjoa Safo ekopie mu ewo ho ema omochese they need change omunhia no as omo representative eno na Johnnie Hughes are reacted to nensem ya ekoso ewo social media ya wachese NPP is not a serious party. Now, the NPP a serious party and they should even disqualify Sarah Adjoa Safo and I think also omupam no a free NPP amanyokunum. Na say Johnnie Hughes can nsem.
Let's talk about the final video. Play Adjoa Safo's video for me, please. The people at Dominic Kwabenya, they didn't try. You have eaten the woman's yogurt. You have eaten the woman's plantain chips. And you are still shouting, we won't change. Why did you take the plantain chips and the yogurt in the first place if you wanted change? But you see, in any serious country, Adjoa Safo knows that we are not in a serious country. So she will still abandon her cabinet position. She will still abandon her constituents. She will do TikTok videos and dance and make mockery of all of us. And the president, she knows that the president will not be able to sack her. And then she will come back after that. do a small video to speak slangs and say, I apologize, not very well, but party English, Irish, just go to me from Cobra language. And then she comes back to say she wants to represent the people again. Because she knows we are not in a serious country. In any serious country, the people would have written a petition to say impeach her. In any serious country, the president would have been the first if he was really the man who we voted for, spoke all the nice English, told us he was a man in a hurry, etc. He would have sacked Adwoa Safo, but no. We were rather told by Honorable Kennedy Japan, who wants to be president, that he was giving 124,000. He has not denied that he was giving 124,000 from the chief of staff office when children didn't have water to drink. They didn't have food to eat. School feeding caterers were demanding for 97 persons to feed their children. They gave one person 124,000 from the office of the chief of staff to give to Adwoa Safo. And it was deposited into a Fidelity bank account, according to Kennedy Japan. But she knows that we are not a serious country. And she knows that some people will still queue and vote for her because it is in the interest of the party and not in the interest of the constituents and the constituency. So then the question you ask is that, what kind of voter education do we give our people? Where is NCC in all of this equation? Are they giving the monies that they need to be able to reorient the minds of the people? The people are shouting, we want change. But we know what the dynamics are in Domin-Kwabija. It's predominantly an NPP constituency. It's one of the largest constituencies in the region. Adwoa Safo knows that when she pushes, she will win. So she's coming up to do her bidding. She's in the market promising things and etc. And people will still queue and vote for her. Because we think that, well, it is it. And people will make go about the politics of, oh, she's a woman, blah, 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 blah. Look, what Madame Adwoa Safo did to the people of Domin-Kwabija is akin to what the people of Sancho Kofi, Akpafu, Likwe, and Lolobi are going through, not having a representation in parliament. That's what it meant. Number two, if the party is even a serious party, they would not have allowed her to go through to even come and pick a form. They would have disqualified her because the party went through hell when Adwoa Safo was dragging them by the balls. E-levy, many other laws. You were there. You saw it. Even the question of whether or not there was an imposter or not. But the party has shown in that constituency that they are not serious. If you're a serious party, that will not happen. I will leave it here. Tomorrow we'll continue. Tell them Johnnie Hughes is back. Good morning.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal le Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.